Hello everybody, today is the last root beer review I'm going to do today. I've had a lot of fun doing these reviews today, but that should be about enough sugar intake for the day, I do think. But anyway, excuse me. Right now I'm going to be reviewing Red Arrow root beer. Red Arrow root beer has been around since the 50s. From what I understand, it was pretty popular in the 50s and 60s. So it's kind of a no frills. Yeah, it's from Michigan. And it's in tribute to the Red Arrow Brigade, which I thought was something from the Spanish-American War, but no, I'm mistaken. It's from another war. So anyway, I'm not as up on my military history as I am on my root beer history. But let's go ahead. Excuse me, I got some sort of cough. But anyway, Red Arrow Brigade. Let's go ahead and take a look at Red Arrow root beer. It's got a wonderful, nice smell. Very nice smell. Definitely the best smelling root beer I've had today, including that Margot's Bark root beer, which I went absolutely gaga for. Has a very strong root beer smell, which is a smell that I love. So it's a very strong root beer smell. I love the smell. Love the smell of root beer. This has a good traditional root beer smell. So, hey, good for that. So I give it a great smell. A great smell. Nice. Really cool. That's a good root beer. Okay. There's not a lot of head on this. There's not a lot of foam. Has a great root beer taste. You can taste the molasses, really strong molasses taste. You can taste the licorice. I've got a wonderful smooth taste on my tongue. Nice taste on my tongue. There's some wintergreen in this. A lot of licorice. I'm a licorice fan. Remember the root beer licorice I was eating earlier? I'm a licorice fan. There's a lot of molasses. I like molasses. Molasses cookies are awfully good. And there's wintergreen. A strong wintergreen flavor. It doesn't have a lot of foam. In fact, I'm not getting any foam. Root beer should have foam, so I'm going to take it down a notch or two for this. Some people, I'm telling you, this is a good root beer, though. It has a lot of licorice. It has a lot of wintergreen. A lot of licorice, a lot of wintergreen. And it leaves a very good, smooth aftertaste on your tongue. Even though I'm sounding very enthusiastic, and I am enthusiastic about Red Arrow root beer, and I would certainly like to try this again. I would not take this off my list. I can only rate it as a good, possibly very good root beer. It's not a great root beer. It's a very good root beer. The first flavor that goes down your throat is nice. And it's got a lot of nice flavors, and it's got a good aftertaste. It doesn't have a head. It doesn't have any foam, which is what root beer is supposed to have. It's got a good root beer taste. It has a very good root beer taste, and it has a good root beer smell. Matter of fact, it actually has a better root beer smell than some of the root beers I've tasted that I rate higher on this. So it's got a good root beer smell. But yeah, it has no foam. It doesn't foam up. It doesn't foam up. So it's a little flat, but it's got a good taste. You could do a lot worse than Red Arrow root beer. You definitely could. And Red Arrow root beer is better than some of these other brands that people know, like Stewart's and A&W and stuff like that. But it's a good root beer. It's a good root beer. I'm not going to say it's a very good root beer. I'm just going to say it's a darn good root beer. It's not a great root beer, but it's a good root beer. I do recommend Red Arrow. It's got a good taste to it, and it's got a combination of various tastes to it. It's got a good aftertaste, but it's not great. It's not absolutely wonderful. Do a lot worse, but you can also do a lot better than Red Arrow root beer.